Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Now, the current living population in Germany, the Germans, are not responsible for anything they didn't do. And we have their chancellor saying that the Germans' responsibility for the Holocaust never ends. So I have two articles, one from the Times of Israel and the other one from DPA International, and I will show you how collective guilt is instilled in a group without being guilty of anything. Why? I will explain. But let's start with a question. If your father committed a crime, are you responsible of your father's crime? Or let's say your grandfather is responsible for doing something. Are you also responsible for that? As you can't apologize in the name of anybody else, but maybe your child, a minor child, mind you, you can't pretend that you are in charge of anybody else's guilt. And not only guilt, but their responsibility for something that they haven't done. So I'm going to talk obviously about this incident. DPA International, Scholz on Holocaust remembrance. He speaks in the name of all Germans. Our responsibility never ends. What do you mean? What do you mean? You're responsible for something that you haven't done, but others, and this is the baboon right there. He's so hurt. My God, he either fakes it or he's just a baboon. German Chancellor Olaf Scholz on Sunday reiterated the importance of commemorating the Holocaust and other horrific crimes committed by Nazis. It's always other horrific crimes. Like what? Like what? All right. Scholz joined the Jewish community in Frankfurt at an event to mark the upcoming 80th anniversary of the liberation of Auschwitz concentration camp. All right. So this is what he said. Right there. Our responsibility never ends, end quote. Scholz emphasized. What does it mean? You're guilty? Responsible for what? You're only responsible in America, I don't know, in other tyrannical countries, you're responsible only for what you have done. Or what? So I can be guilty and responsible for something that one of my ancestors did. Unless you think, I think that way we're all guilty of something. We are all responsible for something. We all owe something, unless we're pure. And our lineage is pure. Do you think that your lineage is pure? I don't think so. Somewhere in the 15th century, one of your ancestors did something. I guarantee you that. I know this group never done anything wrong to anybody and is just a perpetual victim, but that's a different story. Even though if someone hurts someone else, that person should pay. All right, so if Harry Truman dropped 2 atomic bombs on 2 civilian cities, he should pay. Oh, he didn't? No. If President Clinton bombarded Yugoslavia illegally and it's considered a war crime, he should pay. Did he? No. And I can go on and on, not only with these baboons. So that's not all of it. Let me show you more. The conflating of this. And this is what he says. He warned that this online hatred frequently threatens Jewish people in real life. It is more important than ever, never been like this, to clearly state the facts. He wants the facts now and draw the right lessons, he added. I agree with that, but coming from you is fake. And this is what Scholz says. Jewish life, that is Frankfurt. Jewish life, das ist Deutschland. That is us. So, that's Jewish life, that is us, the Chancellor said. Okay, that's the first article. The other one, obviously, comes from the Times of Israel. Scholz speaks of ongoing German responsibility for Holocaust on 80th anniversary. Ongoing responsibility. My fellow German human beings, you are not responsible for other people's actions. And let's see what this guy says. I'm quoting this imbecile, every single person in our country bears responsibility. You hear this? That means a 1-year-old child in Germany bears responsibility. A 20-year-old, regardless of their own family history, regardless of their religion or birthplace of their parents or grandparents. So let's say a Turk immigrated into Germany 3 days ago. His birthplace is a different one. His religion is a different one. His family history is a different one. But he is every single person in the country. He is part of the every single person. He bears responsibility. What is this? That's why I'm saying, and I will keep saying, that the Western civilization, as much as this guy try to hijack it, conflate it, and smear it as being called the Judeo-Christian civilization, it's not a Judeo-Christian civilization. Why? Because this kind of idiotic, dangerous statements coming from the Chancellor, the leader, not the president, the leader of the country. Remember, the Chancellor is one thing, the president of Germany is a different thing. The German president is kind of like over there versus the Chancellor. So coming from this guy is not something that our Greco-Roman ancestors came up with. Now, if you like that, remember that creates problems. Okay, you agree with that in this situation. Should others agree with other crimes? Let's say the Japanese should say the same thing about the atomic bombs dropped, or the Vietnamese talking about the lie about the Gulf of Tonkin, therefore attacking their and destroying their country, or Laos, or Cambodia. Are you Americans responsible for that? Now, are you Americans responsible for your president allowing us, which is Truman, and not only Truman, but also, what's his name, Delano Roosevelt, Franklin Delano Roosevelt, agreed to give us, the Eastern Europeans, to the evil Soviets with their masters, non-Russians? Are you responsible? Do you bear responsibility? Of course not. And you would not and should not. I make a decision, I'm responsible. You make a decision, you are responsible. If you make the decision, I am not responsible. If I make a decision, you are not responsible. What is so hard? So this guilt was, and it's still there at the maximum level, instilled in the Germans still after the 1945, if you can believe, 1945, 80 some years or whatever, over the whatever happened over there. What is this? What is this? And if you in Germany dare to say what I said right now, you're gonna be possibly, all right, including the fact that you say, I have some questions regarding one World War II historical event. I have questions. I want more details. Or say maybe not, maybe it didn't happen as they say. Oh, it happened, but maybe not, maybe different. Maybe there were 12 million. Maybe there were not 6. There were maybe 20 million. No, 6 is the number of the, all right, Iron Maiden song, to make it that way. So my friends, this is the idiocracy that goes on in Germany. And the German folk is just, okay, all right. Now, if you think that's okay, I think you should be guilty of many, many things. You are responsible for many, many things. What are you going to do? Who are you going to pay to? Who? Because this responsibility is going to be translated in money, political support, military support, obviously financial support, and all this. Why? Why? All right, if you want to feel guilty, it's your choice. I won't stop you, but you are just a pitiful person, to say the least. Just to start as the bottom. Well, good luck. Thank you very much for being with me again today. This is what they try to do here in the United States of America. If you criticize the weather, you are anti-weather. All right? If you criticize the snow, you're anti-snow. No, you're not. But if you criticize something, you know exactly what I'm talking about, you're an anti immediately. You say it's not true? Well, I dare you to go to your work, to your place of employment, and say something mildly related to that. And say, you know what, I have some questions. I don't think so. I think that's bad. I guarantee you, you will be called and say, if not, good job, America the beautiful. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.